Okay, we're ready. We're live. Going to be online here in another few seconds. Just trying to get things lined up real quick. Like I don't see anybody waiting for me, but here we go. Is the frequency in use? Pretty good. I don't think it is. I haven't heard anybody except for me. My name is Paul K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. I just want to make a quick announcement. With the live feed is especially going to be, I say, good tonight because what I did was I set up my tripod so that it has the meter on it, so you can see signal strength, how I hear it, well, how the machine hears it. Let me qualify that. Sees your signal and audio on it, so too. So, all right. If you just want to go to that, it's on YouTube, and I'll say that now in the announcement portion. You can see it on the YouTube on either my call. You can do a search in the search block on Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, or the word Brain Trusts. It's a plural word. It's all one word: BRAINTRUSTS. You can hear my dog in the background, one of my dogs. But anyway, my name is Paul, K4PEW, Net Control of Emergency or Priority Traffic. If there was any or is any, you just call in for break or just jump in there. Prefer you call 911, but we're your second choice at the moment. You can break for any emergency at any time. For information on this net, you can see us on our website, which is, 146415.net. That's 146415.net. Real simple. Same as the frequency, except for missing a decimal there in the middle. Or you can see us on Yahoo Groups on MJ_SS. That's MJ. Or you can send me an email at Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. both Wednesdays and Saturdays, twice a week. As always, most of you know that we're probably the only net in the country that gives hams 2 times a week to forget the net, which some have done that with regularity. But we have no rules. You don't have to check in if you don't want to. You don't even have to listen if you don't want to. Okay, anyway, the purpose of the net is to support and train ham radio operators for emergency communications and hopefully have some fun doing it. It's a very cordial net, very nice, friendly. We don't berate. And we invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events, activities, resources, and training in support of the net. And all traffic should be coordinated by me. Is there anybody who has any announcements?
Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo.
All righty, I'm hearing Richard. What's up, Richard?
December the 30th, Camp Foxville, Boy Scout Radio Merit Badge. If some of the guys could be on the air at some point that day, I'm still waiting to figure out exactly what time that's going to kick off, but the class runs from 8 to 4. So it will be sometime that day, but I'll try to narrow it down as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Don't want to forget that. Richard, KI4SIB, is coordinating with some other people with the Boy Scouts at Boxwell Camp, north of Lebanon. That's December the 30th. So mark calendars to December 30th. We'll be sending out a reminder that week. If you can be available, that's great, so that the hams will have somebody to talk to. Working on, I'm pretty sure the 9-1 machine, as well as here on this or portable walking around with HT, just if you can be ready on that day. And like I said, we'll send out an announcement. Any other announcements? Any others that I don't have?
Kilo 4 Whiskey United.
Hey, Bill, what's up?
I just want to remind everybody of Winter Field Day. We're now somewhat seeking interest in the event. The event is January 26 and 27, 2019. At this point in time, we're looking at having it out at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. So if anybody's interested, they can contact me directly at Kilo 4 Whiskey United at bellsouth.net. We're just right now seeking interest and seeing if we can get a group up.
You know, the abbreviation for Bell South is BS. You know,
Fits good, doesn't it?
Okay, very good, Bill. Bill, KK Kilo 4 Whiskey Uniform is telling us that they are having the winter field day, and that this like it's going to be at the Wilson County Fairgrounds, which is just over there southeast of Lebanon. And if you want information or you want to participate, give him a call or give him a note, really. Kilo 4 Bell South, that's BELLSOUTH.net for more information. And the winter field day is fun. So hopefully it's a pleasant day. So last time I was there, it was fun. A field day is always fun. Anyway, any questions on those announcements? All righty. Let's go ahead and what else do I have here? I have got two. Tomorrow night is the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club's net on their machine at 147, 105. And what else? 105. Oh, yeah, it's a plus offset in 156.7. That's 8 p.m. Thursdays. Very well managed. That's only been doing that for years and years and years. As long as I've been here, and it's longer than that, maybe 3 or 4 times as long. We also have and then we have our net on Saturday evening. Same time, same place. Any other? Does anybody need any fill, or does anybody need other announcements? Heard. I don't want anybody making fun of the tape that's holding down my interview. I could make sure it didn't fall off and break off here off of my tripod. Is some electrician's tape holding it down. To do all right. Yeah, we'll see. I'm try not to bump it. And no more announcements? All righty, then we'll start taking check-ins. And I think, let's see, this past time started east, so we're going to have to start north of Mount Juliet Road, north of Lebanon Road, north of Division Street. Please come in.
WE4E.
Hey, that's the first you.
Yeah, that never happens, doesn't it? Well, I don't have any competition from across the lake anymore. So anyway, doing okay, Paul. How are you?
Doing great. Signal sounds good. Well, you're not necessarily a great one to give me a signal report because you're so close. But does the audio sound better? Because I did hook it up differently to this 897 versus my Kenwood.
I have no objections. I'm going to listen for a little bit and compare it around a little bit now. Easy copy. Of course, your signal's weak tonight. You're only giving me 60 over.
Too bad.
Well, that's because last week he gave me 60 over, and the week before that, and whatever, because it's as high as the meter goes.
Yeah, no, it's awful. Well, we're pretty close. I mean, it really is hard to mess that up, really. And you have people pointing beams at me from even distance, and the signal's really great. It's fun, and it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to have so many people that have good systems. All right, Danny, appreciate you being here. That's Danny Whiskey Echo 4 Echo, and he is in Hendersonville, not too far north of me, on the other side of the river or lake. Who else do we have north? Please come in.
WB0NOO.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
Doing well. Watching your S meter online, and it's interesting. It looks like it's against the peg, and that's where I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, see, when it's me talking, it's just giving me the power out. But when you are on, obviously it switches over to the signal strength. And yeah, when you're pegging the meter, that's a good thing.
Yeah, even I figured that out. But hello to everybody in the net, and Danny is just across the lake from me, about a mile away. In fact, I heard him the other day on the service monitor, so which is about half depth, probably 10 microvolts. So anyway, he sounded good, and you sound good, Paul.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, you sound great. In fact, I think I like, for some reason, there's two reasons the audio sounds pretty good on this machine. The Yaesu, is because its external speaker is a commercial Motorola speaker, and it really has some good audio to it, and comes across that way to the YouTube feed. Is it loud? I don't know. Is it loud enough on the YouTube feed?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not a good one to judge because I can't talk to you and listen to you on the YouTube feed. There's too much delay. It drives me crazy.
Oh yeah, no, I know the feeling. even when I'm watching myself, my motions are just, a frog hair is slower on the screen than it is me. So I try not to look at it too closely.
Well, have a good evening. I'll sit back and listen for a while.
All right, very good. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, and he is over in the Hermitage, kind of up north, up by the weather station, up by the NOAA weather station, that is. Anybody else north of Mount Juliet, north of Lebanon Road? Okay, that one's a little weak. Say again, please. Kilo Mike 4, Papa Foxtrot Nancy. I'm sorry, say that again. I don't have my headphones on right now, so it's hard for me to hear you properly. Go ahead one more time because the signal's a little low.
Yeah, Papa Foxtrot Whiskey,
Ah, very good. Papa Foxtrot Whiskey. And what's the first name there?
It's Landon here, new to the hobby, new to the area.
Oh, great. Is I hear Greg? Is that Golf Romeo Echo Golf?
Lima Alpha, November, Delta, Oxford, November.
All right. I got completely lost because I was writing down before you started talking. Say the name one more time, please. Yeah, that's a rough copy. Say it again a couple of times, so I'm not sure if you're mobile for us.
Yeah, it's definitely mobile. It's Landon, Lima Alpha, November, Delta, Oxford, November.
Ah, Landon is what I heard that time. Is that correct?
Roger.
Okay, great. Where are you, Landon? Where are you located?
I'm in between Cedar Creek State Park and the Ranch.
Okay, I'm not sure where that is. I'm not super familiar with the geography around here. Cedar Creek. Where is that?
You know where Lakeview Elementary is? It's kind of up on the peninsula where the Cumberland turns.
I know about where that is. But anyway, we've got Landon. He's new. You say you're new to the hobby or new to the hobby and new to the area?
New to the hobby, definitely. I've lived here 15 years, but I moved to Mount Juliet about 2 years ago.
Oh, very good. Very good, Landon. Welcome to the hobby. And I've been in Mount Juliet about 7 years myself. It'll be 7 years in February. And really like it here. Fun to get them connected via this net and other nets. It'd be great. All right, Landon, good to have you in there. That's Kilo Mike 4, and it is Papa Foxtrot Whiskey, correct?
That's correct. I'll hand it back over to you.
All right, very good, Landon. And again, welcome to the hobby and to the net. We appreciate it. But I'll send you an invite to our little group that gives out little reminders and not any big spam deal, just reminders about the nets, etc., and some other things of ham interest. Well, very good. Who else do we have north of Mount Juliet? Please come in. All right, nothing else north. Move over to the west of Mount Juliet Road. Please come in.
Sorry, I was daydreaming. Whiskey 9 Bravo, Oscar, Quebec.
You must have a cold, man.
No, I was reading all the emails I got after I signed up.
All the emails. Oh, you did get a couple, I'm sure, but it couldn't have been too many, was it?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I finally got the email and I replied and I am all signed up. Yeah, I got a couple PDFs. I think it's just the welcome emails.
Yeah, those are the ones. Yeah. Which antenna are you on tonight, Dennis?
I'm on my homemade ground plane.
Okay. We're going to have to see what the difference is because it's hard for me to read the meter because it's facing opposite and I can't read it real well on the net, but it looks like it's about a S, I don't know what that is, S8, S9 maybe when you were talking. So I expect when you get your new antenna up, you're going to be pegging the meter.
Well, it's up, but it's only up about 10 feet in the air, so I got to get up about 30 more.
Well, you're doing great. I'm just giving you the heads up there that when you get that brand new expensive antenna up there, you're going to be shocked at who can hear you and who you can hear.
Yeah, I couldn't hear Landon hardly at all.
I'm surprised there's no ham with KM. Wouldn't that be an older call sign?
I don't think so. When the Kilo Mike, it's pushing it right along. I'm pretty sure that's the most recent. We could look it up. We can tell how long it's been up.
Because Kilo and Nancy are the newer ones.
Yeah, you're right. It is. So it's relatively new. I guess I'd suggest. I don't know how new that is. You're right. This Kilo Nancy is the most recent.
Well, anyway, my sore throat. I think I was just kind of tired from working today. My sore throat seems to be gone, or I put it at bay for the time being, and I feel pretty good. So back to net, and thanks for all you do there, Paul. W9BOQ.
Yeah, very good. It's funny. I have to read the meter here through the screen with a slight time delay, but it's just interesting to watch it. And it shows that I'm doing just a little less than 50 watts. So I'm not sure whether that means that I'm not actually putting on 50 watts or the machine is lying to me when it says I'm for 50. It could very well be true. I don't know which. All right, Dennis, good to have you in there. That's Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec. That's Dennis, and he's in Castellian Springs. Looking forward to getting his new, really expensive, nice, both a beam, nice beam too, nice big 2-meter beam, as well as a nice, one of the top of the line 2-meter verticals. Anyway, moving on. Anybody else west? Please come in.
It's KD8 RRO Ski Alpha 4 Victor Golf Zulu.
Yeah, hold on, Jim. I had Kilo Delta 8 Romeo Oscar, and forgive me if you checked in before. I forgot your name.
This is Kirby in Mount Juliet now. I was in Donaldson, but now I'm in Mount Juliet. I'm on a handheld, little walkie-talkie. But yes, that's right.
Very good, Kirby. Yes, I sounded familiar, but I wasn't making the connection. Are you on handheld because you're away from the house, or that's what you got?
That's what I have right now. I'm currently looking for a nice 2-meter radio, and I'll have to have me a 2-meter antenna.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I wasn't looking at the screen here, but it's pretty good to me. Where are you located in Mount Juliet?
I am over here behind Walmart in the Triple Crown subdivision.
Well, no wonder you're so good. I'm between you. I'm between Walmart and you, right here off of Catalpa Drive.
Oh, okay, copy that there. Well, then, yeah, I mean, we're pretty much neighbors then. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm right there, right behind you, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. You could be on a quarter watt and I'd hear you just fine. Yeah, that's good, Kirby. Anyway, that's great. How long have you been a ham?
Let me see. I guess, 4 years now I've been a ham. I'm originally from Princeton, West Virginia. So that's the reason, I moved up here to Tennessee or whatever, and I haven't switched my, my location or whatever. I need to do all that, update all my stuff or whatever on QRZ or whatever, have that updated.
Yeah, very good. And it is Kilo Delta 8, is that correct? Our Romeo Oscar?
Correct. That is right.
Okay, very good. The 8 threw me.
Yeah, that's there was 5 or 6 of us that went at the same time, and we all had the same first 3 or whatever, and that kind of threw the instructor. Also, he was the instructor that gave the test or whatever to us said that that was kind of weird. Also, that we got that 8 right there.
Yeah, very good. Well, by the way, your HT into the, I don't know if you can see it on the live stream, but it's pegging the meter even with your HT because we're so close to one another. And I've got my antenna is looking down right at you. It's got a pretty good elevation.
Oh yeah, I copy that there. Well, I mean, as soon as I find me a nice 2-meter radio and an antenna, then I'll be able to reach out and touch more stations or whatever, so more people can hear me and I can hear more people.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, that's kind of the fun. What we've been doing here on Simplex is everybody who likes to do Simplex likes to improve their antenna system just so they can as many people as they can out there, given whatever conditions they have at the house or in their vehicle. But yeah, that's what makes it all fun. Well, listen, great to have you in there, Kirby, and welcome to the neighborhood. I didn't know you. Well, I don't think we talked before, but that's Kilo Delta 8 Romeo Oscar. His name is Kirby, and he lives right here in Mount Juliet. just probably a quarter mile west of me, north of. I heard you in there, Victor Golf Zulu. Jim, forgive me, but what's the first on your call? It's a 4 call. What's the rest of it?
Yeah, no problem. At least you got my name right this time. Hi, hi. I really like Jim better. Hi. Yeah, Whiskey Alpha for Victor Golf Zulu. You sound great tonight, Paul. I even got you on a little handheld Bearcat scanner with a rubber ducky antenna, and you're full quieting on the little scanner over here. Sounds good. And just to comment on the call signs, yeah, the KN4RC H, I think, is about the last one that was issued yesterday. So they're up to KN4RCH as of yesterday.
Ah, very good. Very good. Yeah, you were, I'm looking at the meter backwards because I'm seeing the mirror image of it. It looks like you were just bumping up on S9 to me. Is that still, are you using that J-pole still?
Yeah, Roger, Roger. J-pole, about 10 feet off the ground, 10 watts.
I hate J-poles.
Hey, they work.
No, they do work. You're right. I was commenting the other day with, well, probably everybody. I was commenting the other day that everybody seems to think, you get into ham radio for some reason, you look at a ground plane antenna, you go, oh, well, hey, there's a J-pole. Let's build one of those.
Well, they are kind of different. You got the elements. I think it's a 3/4 wave instead of a quarter wave on the J-pole part, but they got a little bit more gain, which I understand, than a regular ground plane.
Yeah, I'm not sure about what the real requirements are. I don't think it's based upon my experience, though. Excuse me. Oh, wow. Man, whatever I ate is stuck in my throat there. Hold on. Anyway, I don't know. I just know that my J-pole, even though it's a super J-pole, didn't do 1/4 as good as my really efficient, 24-foot tall diamond antenna.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, the more metal you got in the air, like I said, a quarter wavelength. Like a unity gain, you might say, and then the more metal you get, 5/8 wave or whatever, and those diamond antennas, they've got to have a lot of extra real estate. I think that's what makes them work a lot better. But it's a pretty utility antenna. It works for what I need right now.
Oh no, I know, I realize it. It works, and that's what counts. And it's got a good solid audio to your station there, so you're doing great, Jim. All right, that was Jim, Whiskey Alpha 4, Victor Golf Zulu, and he's over in Donaldson. And who else we got? West Juliet.
Whiskey 4, Charlie, Mike Golf. I'm doing just fine, thank you. Glad I finally got on the air while you had a net. I've been gone for a few weeks, but happy to be back and happy to hear you.
Yeah, happy to hear you in there. And have you sent out a newsletter recently on the web or am I just forgetting that I saw it?
No, I haven't sent one out recently. I generally have been doing them every other month. So you haven't been missing them. I've been missing doing them because work's been pretty busy, and I deployed for the Red Cross for a couple of weeks in November. So still playing catch up. I do want to get one out right around the first of the year because I want to make sure that I get Morristown publicized, and that's the first Saturday in January. So one coming up soon, but you haven't missed any.
Yeah, appreciate all the work you do for the ARRL, and the section. So appreciate that. That's why I was wondering. I thought maybe I just accidentally deleted it, but I usually pay quite a bit of attention to what I delete and what goes. Who knows better than I do what spam sometimes. Kathy, good to have you in there. That was Kathy, Whiskey 4, Charlie Mike Golf, and she is also over at Donaldson. That's Jim's better half. Who else do we have west of Mount Juliet? Please come in.
KM4YRF.
So how is the audio to you on the changed audio connections on the Yaesu rig?
It sounds good to me, Paul. Can't tell a whole lot of difference, but it's just got a really, really good sound.
Yeah, what you have to do is change the settings such that it's really distorted and crappy, and then people appreciate it when it comes back to normal.
I got you.
All right, very good. That's Mike, Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. He's up in Belshire. Really nice signal. I didn't even look at the meter when you talk. Give me one more something.
Okay, Paul, I'll do it. What about that?
Yeah, if you weren't looking, it's full scale. I mean, it almost bent the needle.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, very good. Appreciate it, Mike, and appreciate you being there. Who else do we have? Juliet.
The echo.
Righty. I doubled with you for a second there, John. Whiskey 4, Alpha Whiskey Echo. Go ahead, John.
Where our signals colliding over that mountain.
Yeah, it might have been a slight disruption in the force.
Yeah, I guess that happens.
Yeah, no, you sound great.
Yeah, same here. You're booming in here.
Yeah, I don't even. Your signal sounds better tonight. I don't think that's me. I think the conditions are quite better than they were. Because sometimes you come in, I'll just say a little distorted, but it's not terrible. Just a little bit on the edges.
Yeah, I'm still sort of amazed that we connect as well as we do, considering what that terrain profile looks like.
Yeah, those big hills. But even I was when you do the actual terrain profile, it's amazing that signals how they go up, over, and around obstructions fairly well, with some distortion or loss of signal, of course. And of course, now we've got almost no leaves on the trees, which I think helps a lot.
Yeah, I think the leaves being gone helps a tremendous amount. I almost wonder if sometimes, especially when it's a little wet, if there's not the possibility of some slight multipath, almost like TV signal ghosting used to
do. I'm sure you're right, and that's the mystery of RF, that we never really know what it's doing because we can't see it in real time. Can't even see it. Yeah, we can see it. It's kind of like the global warming models, modeling on RF, but you don't ever know if you're right.
Yeah, I guess the most basic real life modeling, I just remember from childhood reaching up on the top of the rabbit ears.
Yeah, and then as you held on to it, your father said, "Hey, hold it right there and don't move. Just stay right where you are."
Putting a piece of aluminum foil on it.
Yes, that's right. Those were the good old days. They were actually pretty bad, because every time the conditions changed, we had 3 antennas in the attic, and somehow my father hooked them up in such a way that they actually worked together.
Compared to what digital television is today, it's horrendous, the images we settled for back then.
Yeah, we had much better imaginations, though. We filled in the blanks between pixels.
Yeah, I think it showed the capacity of the mind to paint a picture.
Well, it really didn't make a difference to us. It really didn't. I mean, it sounds crazy to say that, but we could watch a football game, and I don't even call it low definition. It's like no definition in what it used to be compared to now.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, the definition of NTSC television was 480 lines, but on some of those early sets, of course, being in black and white did help it a lot, because black and white was inherently a sharper image than the layers of color.
Yeah, I think I may have said that before. I remember the first color TV set I saw was by a family I knew pretty well, and they they really didn't have squat to begin with. They had like 6 kids, and they just lived in a kind of a Spartan household, I'll say. But they got a brand new color TV, and I went over to see it. And, I still remember what it looked like, because you could actually, if you were too close to the TV, you could see the red, green, and blue dots.
Yeah, I remember that exactly. Going to a neighbor's house to watch their new color television, and it was sort of like blur overlaid on blur.
Yeah, you make me laugh, because it was pretty bad. I'm glad we didn't buy one until much, much later.
Exactly.
All right, very good. That's John Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo reminiscing about the bad old color TV, and it's kind of funny to me, really. I don't know if anybody ever did that. My father heard from somebody at work that you could take a spinning color wheel, a spinning wheel that you could see through, kind of like a kaleidoscope. But we had a green, red, and blue, and and see it any better. In fact, it looked worse because you're trying to look through a spinning wheel. But that was supposed to simulate color, which it did not. Just in your mind. Maybe. All right, who else we got? West of Mount Juliet Road. Nobody else west of Mount Juliet, west of Wilson County. All right, we'll move around to the south. No, south of I-40. Please come in.
Bill, Murfreesboro.
Hey, hold on, Bill. And there was somebody else. I think it was a triple, but I got Preston first in there. Preston, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, Paul. Sounding good over here as always. I was trying to jump in there first. I'm glad I made it.
Yeah, all right. You're doing this. I rarely look at a meter, and this meter is more accurate than I think it was on my Kenwood. But you're a good solid S9 in here from Rockville, so you're doing pretty good.
Well, good deal. Good deal. Good evening, everybody out there, and you, Paul. And sure, I'll let you get back at it, sir.
Very good, Preston. Glad to have you in there. I heard Bill, November Yankee was the other one I heard. How you doing, Bill?
Well, I'm doing all right. I just didn't want to be one of these sandbaggers and get in trouble. That's why I was trying to get in there so quick.
Yeah, did you see my note on the reminder today?
Yeah, I read it when I got on a while ago.
Yeah, I did that. I'd actually published that I made up that net. Oh gosh, probably 12 years ago. Probably I don't remember when it was, but I just found it funny that it's because a lot of people do listen and they don't say anything, which doesn't bother me. It's just I get a kick out of it, really.
Well, it gives them something to look at, and it kind of keeps a little different interest. Other than that, I'm going to turn it on back to you because you're probably running late already.
Well, we're getting there. We appreciate you being there, Bill, with a great signal. Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee. That's right. Kilo Mike 4, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, very good. In the double, I only wrote down NNY, and I knew who it was, but I had to remember made sure it was KM. All right, very good, Bill. Good to have you in there. Who else south of 40? Please come in.
Kilo Delta 4, Zulu Golf Yankee.
All right, everybody's stepping on everybody tonight. Saw the 40, but I got Ed in there from Shake Rag, Tennessee. How you doing, Ed?
Well, I'm sorry about that, but I can't hear some of them when I'm hollering. But anyhow, I wanted to jump in and say hello and apologize to those that I stepped on if I'm sure I didn't hurt them. Anyway, good evening, Paul. Good evening to the net there. Good evening. I'll turn it back to you and let you carry on. 84ZGY.
Yeah, you're right up there in just bumping over S9, going into the 10 over area. If I can read my meter right backwards, I'm looking at a mirror image of my SWR meter on the YouTube feed here. But no, you sound good, Ed. Again, how many element beam are you using down there?
13 element.
13. Yeah, that's a good one. And the gain is probably what, about, I guess, 12, 13, somewhere in that range?
I really don't know. I just got this 1,000-watt mount behind it.
Yeah, very good. All right, that's Ed in Shake Rag down there near Shelbyville. Appreciate you being there, Ed. And that's Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. There was a couple other stations in there. Go ahead, please, now. South of 40, please come in.
K4NDN.
Hey, David. I haven't heard you in a little bit. How you doing?
Was you talking to me, Paul?
Yes, I was. Well, your signal's a little low tonight. Is there doing something different?
It's just on low power, 5 watts.
Well, you're barely making the meter go up. It looks like it's somebody just bumped the meter.
Okay, well, I'll turn it on up there. Just saying good evening to you, and thought I'd take a moment and say howdy to everyone.
Yeah, very good. That bumped it up to, I think that was about S4 or S5. Like I said, I'm looking at a mirror image, and it's all backwards to me. But I hate craning my neck looking at the meter. But yeah, you sound good. Everything going all right down there for you?
complaints at all. I've got you 9 plus plus, and it probably as good of audio as I've ever heard on you.
Yeah, it must be the different setup on the Yaesu, or either I just hit it right on the money between the way the microphone. It's the same microphone, but it's going into the preamp I have, and the preamp has a couple of settings on it that I changed because when I first tested it, one of the guys told me it was hot to distorted, so I changed the settings there and reduced change the settings on the mic gain and the radio, and it seems to do real well. I mean, I even like the audio better out of this radio with the externals.
Yeah, it's not too hot on me. Of course, it may be too hot on a station closer to you or something like that. So, it's always good to get more than one check, that's for sure.
Yeah, very good, David. Like I said, you were doing S4, S5, if I'm looking at this backwards. I wish I could make the meter bigger. Anyway. I appreciate you being there, David. And that's Dave. David, that's Kilo India 4 November, Delta November, and he is Seville. That's where he is. All right. I heard another station in there south. Please come now.
K496, go forward, Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hey, Larry, hold on one second. Robin, how you doing, Robin? How was the audio to you?
Oh, you're booming in. It sounds great.
Well, I mean, booming in could be really ugly, distorted, killing your ears. Is it good audio or is it just a loud audio?
No, it sounds good. It sounds good.
All right, very good. You sound good as well. I don't think I had anything else. And by the way, I had not checked so many times. I missed the repeater net there from Vanderbilt. Does anybody participate in that at all from Vanderbilt?
I'm mildly embarrassed to have to say I don't know.
Okay, well, it's not embarrassing to say you don't know. If you're supposed to know, it's embarrassing. That's right. When the boss asks you, "Hey, what's this?" and you say, "I don't know."
Well, you might have assumed that I would participate.
No, not necessarily. I'm just asking because I thought you might know if there was a lot of activity there. That's all. You're not obvious because you work there doesn't mean you have to participate in their club net. It's a student net.
Just because I built the repeater, pulled the coax, and put the antenna on the roof.
Well, GM builds cars, but they don't drive mine.
They don't drive Ford.
Well, Ford builds a lot of cars, but they don't drive. How's that? I was just using a big generic number there.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Appreciate you being in there, Robin. I think. Oh yeah, Larry was in there. Larry, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, Paul. I'll let you get on with it, man.
All right, very good. Is the audio still good to you down there? Have you noticed any difference?
Oh, sounds good.
And yours does as well. It's always sounded good. Even when I had a crappy antenna, it sounded good. All right, very good. That was Larry, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor, and he is in Rockville. Who else do we have south of 40?
K1SPD.
Hey, Scott. You doing okay?
Oh, yeah, about to doze off, but we're doing good.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those. It was a lazy day for me, but like 5 o'clock and slept until 6:30, so I've already had my afternoon nap late. Give me one more time so I can look at that meter. I don't know if you're on the live feed or not.
Waiting for the time delay on the YouTube there so I could see the meter.
Well, you saw that you were full scale then.
Yeah, just a little. Figured so. All right, carry on. K1SPD.
See, this way I can't lie about your signal. You see, this way everybody can see what their signal looks like. Although I can't always tell, to my ears, I can't possibly tell between an say S7 or 8 and a 20 or 40 over. I wouldn't be able to discern the difference.
You never pay attention to signal strength. If you can hear it, that's all that's all you need to know.
Yeah, I agree. As long as I can discern what's being said. Now, and if it gets rough, that's another issue, but that doesn't happen that often, really. All right, very good. That was Scott. He's in Laverne, and that's Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Great signal. Great. It just pegs the meter. I'm going to wear out the other end of my scale here on the LDG meter. Maybe I should get the super big meter, the one that's about All right, who else do we have sell the 40? Please come in.
W4EBX.
Hey, Eddie, how are you doing?
Doing fairly well. Doing real good. It warmed up. Almost got to 60 degrees today. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it won't last, though, because you're going to end up freezing again. I don't know when, but it's going to happen.
Oh, I know it. It's that time of the year. Hope everybody's doing okay.
Yeah, you're doing good. Which reminded me, I heard somebody ask you about you were looking to move at some point in the future. You're going to find a place where you can put up a nice tower?
Well, I'd like to. We need to downsize, but how far out do you go? The problem now is rebuying another house. They're all high.
Yeah, you're going to have to go somewhere between, right in the middle between Knoxville and Nashville.
Yeah, that might be the answer. About 100 miles away.
Oh, I know. I look at the value that's supposedly on the realty sites for my own home here, and I just can't believe it's still going up, which is good, but it doesn't. That's what's funny about sale values or supposed sale values. Doesn't do me any good while I'm sitting here. I'm not counting money. As the supposed price goes up. It just means that at some point the county appraisers are going to go, hey, he needs to pay more taxes.
Yeah, well, in this age group, you want to find a place where you're close to the fire department and the ambulance.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's true. I know that's always a concern, but I don't know. I don't think about that too much because I guess I should. I don't know if that's true. No, what you just need to do is you look up in people's like other hams, profiles, and you find out who is or was an EMT or EMS technician near them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. As long as they're not at work when something happens to you.
Well, they have to be like semi-retired or retired, like you are. It'd have to be somebody that's available most of the time.
Yeah, that might help.
All right, very good. We've got Eddie. It's Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-ray, and he is just about 5 miles east of me, south of 40. Great signal as always. And I don't know. We'll have to pick up the power and take it with him, I guess. All right, who else south of 40? Please come in.
LAPPY.
Hey, how are you? I can't remember the last time you checked in. How are you doing?
Well, actually, Paul, this is my first time. Rusty at Murfreesboro. Got a new antenna up, and I can finally get into you.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I don't know if you're looking on YouTube, but I'm looking at I can't, if I have to crane my neck to actually see it. I've got the here, and I think you were about 10 or something over S9, so you're doing fine.
Well, thank you. I had found out about the net from Scott, so just wanted to give you a shout and say hello and invite you back to the Bible net too.
Oh yeah, well I checked in this morning. You must, unless you didn't hear me.
I didn't hear you. I was putting a battery in my son's car and didn't get in until a little after 6. I had a late check-in.
Yeah, I've been in there in a little while. My schedule changed such that because I have the two, my mother and my mother-in-law here, and both of them have been struggling with some issues. I ended up staying up kind of late, and was almost impossible for me to get up at 6 o'clock and feel good.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, and then I hope they're doing okay. I know from my own situation from a few years ago that can be a real struggle, but hope they're doing well. And good to talk to you, man. I'll back out and let somebody else get in here.
Yeah, very good, Rusty. Good to hear from you. That was November 8th, Papa Yankee. And that's Murfreesboro, right?
That's right.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, Murfreesboro is easy for me. Well, a lot of places are easy because of my elevation and the particular antenna I have, but Murfreesboro, I could probably use a handheld. Well, Scott's talked to me on his handheld to me here at this. He was sitting inside the house with his HT. So, that's actually, excuse me, Laverne, but I was amazed I could even hear him. Good. Again, that was Rusty, November 8th, Papa Yankee in Murfreesboro. Who else south of 40? Anybody else south of I-40? I know, James, you're waiting. Anybody else south of 40?
Get on the handheld again.
Is that where you are, back on the handheld? I saw the signal go down quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Hey, when it's
You know, I don't know if you're looking at the meter, but you're still like S2 or 3 there. All right, very good, Scott. All right, that was Scott checking in again, just to show he could talk to me off of his HT. That still amazes me. Who else? Anybody else south of 40? Please come in. Going over to the east at 45 minutes after the hour. East of Mount Juliet, please.
WA4ZHI, here I am.
Man, I'd really be worried. I'd have to call you at the house if you didn't show up, as soon as I said east.
Yeah, I know I like to just sit back and listen to other people sometime, but you always put me on the spot.
Yeah, and again, you're I never paid much attention on this meter, but I don't know if you're seeing the feed, but you're pegging the meter here.
No, I see it a few minutes ago, but all of a sudden it's locked up.
Yeah, the good old technology, even the best of worlds. I have to be very careful about how I set this up to make sure that I actually shut down. Sometimes I shut down the whole computer and restart it, and then start the browser again, and then I do the YouTube thing so there's nothing else interfering. However that happens behind the scenes that I wouldn't know. But no, you sound good tonight, and I'm sorry you didn't miss your portion. You can catch it obviously later, but again, it was 45 minutes after the net started, so you can listen to it later if you want.
Well, look, I got it back. Let me see what it looks like now.
All righty. Like I said, you're pegging the meter. You sound really great with your indoor high quality antenna.
Well, thank you. I've just reset my YouTube.
All right. Very good. So you can see it now?
Yeah, it's working fine.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Very good. And we actually had up to like 10 people on tonight, so I'm not sure why we're so popular. Robin Midget. Oh, yeah. There you go. Pegging the meter for Danny up there, but that's not too shocking. I guess it's shocking that it's pegging Robin's meter. All right. Who else we got? East of Mount Juliet Road. Please come in.
Hey, Paul, who was that?
Sierra India Bravo.
Hold on, Richard. That was James. He's of the north. Well, just north, the north side of Mount Juliet. It's about 2.5, 3 miles north of me.
Okay. So you had full scale on it, but I'm not hearing anything. Okay. K1SP.
Well, his antenna is inside, and he's at an elevation point where he has to get over the hump in the middle of Mount Juliet as well as the I-40 hump to get down to you. So I'm not surprised that you can't hear.
All right. Just curious.
Yep. Well, I get an HT full scale to me from a quarter mile behind my house, so it's not. You're not going to hear that either. All right. Who else south or east of Mount Juliet? Please come in.
Me?
Oh, there we go, Richard. KI4SIB. I hadn't checked you in earlier. I just pretend it was a public service announcement.
I like the microphone setup because it's a lot louder than what you've been in the past at some points in time, but it's working well tonight.
My wife says she complains of me being too loud.
Well, sometimes it can happen that way, but right now you're in pretty good shape. But your signal is 1 bar less than it usually is. I don't understand that quite.
I don't know. I'm going to blame your antenna.
Well, that stands to reason. You blame it for everything. Anyway, I hope everybody's had a great day and staying warm. And it was a good day today for as far as the temperature's concerned. It wasn't bitter cold like it has been. But at any rate, hope warm weather sticks with us for a while. And everybody has a good day. Take care and talk to you when I can. KI4S, I'll be back in that.
Yeah, very good, Richard. That was Richard Kilo, India 4, Sierra India Bravo. And don't forget, he's doing the Boy Scout thing on December the 30th. So if you can, be on frequency or at least be aware. I have a note about that. And he's over in Lebanon. Anybody else east of Mount Juliet Road?
KN4 QCJ.
All right, I got QCJ, but hold on. I had KE4 TWI Wes over in Watertown. Wes, you're a good indicator. What's the signal like in the audio?
You're sounding good. S3. Believe it or not, I actually heard John over in Bellevue. I was very surprised. KE4TWI.
Yeah, I would say conditions are excellent tonight. Because John has usually got kind of his signal's often a little raggedy because of the conditions that between me and him, that there's a hill over there between, this side of Bellevue. So it's kind of a problematic. But you actually sound good tonight as well.
Yeah, you're sounding great. All right, go ahead. KE4TWI.
Yeah, even though you're only like it looked like it was bumping S1, S2, but it's still good audio, considering with a little bit of hash. Good audio. And QCJ, please come now. How about Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India, and that was Wes over near Watertown. Who was that other station again, please?
Hey, Paul, it's JD, KN4 QCJ.
Yeah, very. And I didn't quite catch who it was, but I was pretty sure it was you. How you doing tonight?
Doing good. I'll be in my Juliet here in just a moment. I'm mobile, but I don't know what it is. I can never hear Wes in Watertown, and I don't know what it is. I need to one night, I guess, come up there towards your hill there and see if I can pick him up.
Well, remember, he's on a small beam, and he is on a tower, but it's still not a great elevation between him and me. And he has it pointed generally toward Mount Juliet. So you're generally, I believe, due north of him, if I'm not mistaken, where you are south of Lebanon, aren't you?
Yeah, but I was coming up the interstate when he was talking there. Even even there at 109, it's kind of decent elevation, and coming up here with the old Mount Juliet beside where the old rest stop used to be. I figured out here.
No, I think it must be the fact that he's pointing so clearly over to the northwest rather than up towards you.
Yeah, it's got to be something there. But anyway, I wanted to give us another check-in here. Thanks, Paul. You guys have a good night.
All right, very good, JD, and you sound good mobile. That was Kilo November 4, Quebec Charlie Juliet, and that's JD, and he's over mobile near south of Lebanon, 109. Who else? Anybody else east of Mount Juliet?
Hey, I'm North TV.
Hey, Stan, you're doing good. How about you as an audio check-in there on your end?
Oh, you sound great, Paul.
Yeah, well, you're just bumping the full scale here. That's not unheard of. Did you ever build any other 2-meter antennas? They're like beam. I remember you were doing that one day.
It looked a lot periodic. I took it down and did the vertical back up.
Yeah, well, again, between Lebanon and me gets in real good. It's like Kevin's real solid, and Richard, even with his crappy, really cheap J-pole, works good. So, but you're doing fantastic. I'm sure he's cringing right now if he's listening to me. Yeah, you sound good, Stan.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, almost full scale. So as I see it, it seems like there's a little left over, but it's way up there in the red. All right, good enough, Stan. That was Stan, Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo, and he's over in just north of Lebanon.
KE4D4 SFN.
Hey, Tom, hold on 1 second. I had Age Before Beauty down there in Noreen. Carol, go ahead.
Hey, okay, just sitting here checking, and there's a landline. The world's needing me, but anyway, it is what it is. I just wanted to jump in there and say howdy, and appreciate your help on troubleshooting my refrigerator. I got pieces and parts and all together, and everything's copacetic. Back to you, Paul. KE4DEZ, clear.
Yeah, very good, Earl. If you need help, let me know. Any more questions? Anyway, Tom, I hear you in there. How you doing?
I almost missed the net tonight, Paul. Almost forgot about it, but you got a long net going, so looks like I made it after all. So, everybody, hello to everybody in 73s, TV4 SFN.
Yeah, very good, Tom. And again, I appreciate you doing that net on most of the time. On I think Mike did it last week, didn't
Yeah, Mike did it last week. Yeah, I'm grooming new people in there, and Michael, he's been doing it for a long time, and I like for other people to do that to get experience. Like everybody calling it one time or the other, it gives you good experience in case you call in the net for a bad weather event, heavy forest event.
he? Yeah. Well, he does it almost as good as you do, Tom.
Better when I hear it.
Yeah, no, you both do fine. Yeah, very good. That was Tom, KB4 Sierra Foxtrot, November. He's over in Marth. And a good signal, Tom. Who else east of Mount Juliet? Second to last chance. Please come on. All right, then we'll take late check-ins there. Any place, anywhere, anyhow. Please come in.
84 OEN, Kilo Delta 4, Oscar Echo November. This is Mary. Wanted to give a shout out to all the gang on here tonight. And we are in Belshire as always.
Yeah, very good, Mary. Yeah, we communicated yesterday and today, I think, once on the email. Of course, you had to send that email twice because you did the .com instead of the .net, which is one of my favorite errors.
Me too. I realized it after a couple hours, and I was looking, and I thought, I don't think that's correct. That doesn't make sense. So I looked it up. So, but thank you. That was a hilarious photo.
In case anybody's wondering, we were talking about how Mary had a friend who had a dog, or they had a dog that had dysplasia, and a friend built rear wheelchair legs for the dog, and the dog was hightailing around the yard with wheels strapped to his butt, well, to his backside, I'll say. And I said, well, you haven't seen anything until you've seen the chicken with the wheelchair. And I sent her a picture of that. I'll post it to the group later. It's a pretty funny picture. Very good. Is Marty there as well?
He is. I hope all of you have a great evening, and I'm going to pass it over to him now. Katie 4 OE and clear.
Yeah, very good, Mary. Good to have you in there.
Oh, this is Katie 4 BQK, and I'm in Belshire.
Yeah, very good, Marty. The signal looks good. I wasn't looking at it sounds good. Let me put it that way. But I wanted to look at the meter again to see how well it was doing. So you doing all right tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing real good. Sitting here by the fire.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so you're about, it looks like, I guess, 10 or 15 over S9. So you got a great signal in here. Did you see the chicken with the wheelchair? See the picture I sent Mary?
I saw it.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. Yeah, because Kevin over in Lebanon, he has a pet chicken, and I sent him that in case he needs.
Well, our friend was a ham, and he's the one who made the wheelchair, but he passed away about 2 years ago.
Oh, wow. Yep. It's funny how we make those connections, and we often, it's a good reminder when a friend, good friend, or even somebody who's just somebody you know passes away, because it's a reminder that it's one per customer.
It sure is.
Yeah, very good. Appreciate you being in there, Marty. And that's Marty, Kilo Delta 4, Bravo, Quebec Kilo, along with his XYL Mary, who was Kilo Delta 4, Echo November. Good to have you both in there. By the way, you're number 27 and 28. Who else? Anybody else? Any place, anywhere on late checking?
K4OFO.
Well, you waited till the very last second, you did, Donnie.
You won't believe it. I sat here right after I talked to you, and I was just sitting here for the radio, fell off asleep, and I heard Tom on there, and I said, "What's going on? Is it Thursday night already?"
Yeah, it's funny how I'm telling you what, I used to think that when I was young, I'd see people taking naps, and I go, "What is wrong with them?" And now that I'm of that age, I go, "Naps are wonderful."
Anyway, it's good to hear the last 2 or 3 since I didn't hear everybody else too well, but it was nice anyway. But glad to be a check-in. Sounds like you had a good number. I'm sorry I missed all that.
Oh yeah, you were number 29. And of course, you can look it up. You can hear yourself at about 8:50, 58 minutes into the. If you want to skip all the other people, but yeah, you're full scale to me. And which you have the. Oh gosh, I forget which antenna you have. That vertical you have. Is that one you're using?
Yeah, I hadn't put the other one up yet. I'm still using the same one.
That same one was that the tram?
Yeah, it's trim. I think it's 1480 is what it is.
And is that the one that's about 17 and a half foot? Is that the one?
No, this one's just 8 foot. It's 7.5 to 8 foot. All it is.
Yeah. Well, it works well. It does work well. To me, of course, you're only about 5 miles south, so it's hard to brag about 5 miles to me.
Roger. I appreciate it. So that's the net tonight. I'll catch it later. I appreciate it. I'll turn it back over to Ned.
Yeah, very good. Good to have you in there, Donnie. And of course, that was Donnie, Kilo 4, Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar, who we don't give out awards for people who sleep through 95% of the net, but Donnie wins that one tonight. I've actually slept through the net as well. And I woke up 30 minutes, or my wife says, aren't you supposed to be doing the net tonight? All right, anybody else late check-ins, please come down.
No, portable.
All right, we had some triples in there. I don't know who was first. I think there was a young lady in there, an XYL somewhere. Who was it?
KJ4 JEG.
How are you tonight? I haven't heard you in a while.
Talking to me, Paul?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, this is. I'm sorry. This is KJ4J. Is it JEG or did I miss that again?
Juliet Echo Golf.
Well, then I had it correct. Very good. How are you tonight?
Good. I was afraid I wasn't going to make it. I'm about out of range. I was doing 30 on the interstate trying to slow down enough to where I'd stay in range when you were talking about a chicken.
Yes, chicken talk. You don't hear that any talk of chickens if you live in Metro New York, Boston, Philly, places like that. Now you do if you live in Tampa or Miami or anywhere south of, say, Kentucky.
Well, it's nice I made it. Glad to have high numbers. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, very good. In fact, I still can't believe it. We've had as many as 10 or 11 people on the YouTube feed as well, which is quite phenomenal to me. Had some people from out of state watching the last night. And that's Lori, and that's the better half of West, KE4TWI, but her call is Kilo Juliet 4, Juliet Echo Golf. And I did get that correct, didn't I, Lori?
Yes.
All right, very good. And she's mobile, headed east of Mount Juliet anyway. Who else we got? Anybody? There was another double in there. Who was it? The NNO. Who is that? Is that Jeff in there?
Yeah, good evening here, Paul. Jeff, KC8NNO. I'm portable tonight here in the second floor office. Hearing you okay and some of the others a little bit earlier. Didn't have the main radio hooked up again because I was moving stuff around and hadn't had a chance to get in a while.
Yeah, I know. You've probably been pretty busy. Like I said, we don't have any rules about that. Keep track, other than I do write them down, so I just know what the count is. But I could probably just use check marks, but it helps me to remember who's who. Yeah, you're if you're not looking on the live feed, you're about S9 into this station.
And just using the portable radio here with the rubber duck antenna, so nothing too extravagant tonight. I'll send it back to you. It's Jeff, KC8NNO73.
Yeah, that's doing great with the rubber ducky. I'll tell you, that was Jeff, KC Kilo Charlie 8, November Oscar, and he's over there. Other station in there, please come in.
Alpha 3, Charlie Tango Papa.
I heard a Charlie Tango Papa, but hold on. I heard the Kilo November 4 station first. Please go ahead.
KN4 BTW, Bravo Tango Whiskey.
I think that's Colt. How you doing, Colt?
I'm doing all right. I've been real busy with school recently, but fortunately the end of the semester is upon us.
End of semester. Yeah, it ends, I guess, just before Christmas, doesn't it?
Sure does. So thankfully things are starting to wind down.
Yeah, I think I heard Wes say he was monitoring some exams this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's state tests going on this week and last week, and then final exams are next week.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, they're not too bad. If you're prepared, they're not bad at all.
Yeah, fortunately, I'm lucky and I'm exempt from all my final exams, and none of the classes I'm in are state test required tests or have state tests required. So I'm pretty good.
Oh, wow. That's great. So they do actually permit you now to not take the finals if your grades, or what did you do that with extra credit or just grades as you went along?
You have to keep your grades up above a 90, and then keep attendance good, a good attendance record, and then you're good. You're set.
I tell you what, I don't know what they call a good attendance record now, but when I went to school, and I asked my mother about it, and she's 90, going to be 91, there was very rarely people who missed school. I mean, it was just rare, but now it seems like people take it a lot more casually.
Yeah, some people do, others don't. I can tell you, with the exam exemptions being a thing that you can get, a lot more people take it more seriously because nobody wants to take the exams. So it's if you have any unexcused absences, you can't be exempt, and then you can only have up to 3 excused ones for the entire semester.
Oh, wow. Are you on your home station now?
Yep, I'm on the home station.
And that's, I forget which one that is. Hit me again with that.
It's a Yaesu FT2980R. I'm putting out 80 watts, and I have a ground plane that's maybe 7 foot off the ground.
Yeah, that would be the difference because you were about, I'm going to say it from the back where I look again, I'm looking at a mirror image of it looked like it was about S7, S8. So you're doing real good for a real low antenna up there north by, off of Nonaville Road, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm about a quarter of a mile up Nolaville.
Yeah, very good. All right, Colt. Good to have you in there. That's Colt, Kilo November 4, Bravo, Tango Whiskey, high school, and still an avid ham, but just not enough time to get on the air all the time. And he's doing great. And he's up there just a little bit north of off of Nolanville. Charlie Tango Papa, please state your whole call again. I don't think I know that call.
Okay, it's Kilowatt Alpha 3, Charlie Tango Papa, KA3CTP. Name's Brian, and I'm in Hendersonville, using a marginal antenna in the basement.
Oh, on the antenna in the basement, you say?
Yeah, it's not even a 5-band.
Well, you're doing S8 into my station, so we must have a good line of sight between those, your basement and my roof. So it's doing pretty good.
Well, I'm gonna put an antenna outdoors soon, and on 2 meters. I've always been just low band, but get the 2 meters outside. We'll see how that goes.
Well, yeah, and again, there's one thing about people that predominantly do low band, and I've done my fair share of that, I think, is that they appreciate it more so, even more so, how much an antenna makes a difference in what you're doing in ham radio. And a lot of people, as you may have, I'll say, or I know I've said it about 1 billion times, is that repeaters in the 2 meter, 70 centimeter, 220 arena make for really.
Well, that's kind of it right here, anyhow. But we'll get it straightened out soon. And I don't know what I'll put up, but I don't want to put a beam up on the roof. But everything else, I'll probably get away with.
Oh yeah, no, there's some real nice, efficient antennas that that are pretty low key that'll work great. Do you know Danny up there in Hendersonville? That Whiskey Echo 4 Echo.
No, I'm pretty new to the amateur group here. I've been a ham for multiple years. Pretty much, I belong to the Sumner County Radio Club, but I only go to 1 or 2 meetings a year.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, good to meet you on the air, and I'm glad you're there. We have a lot of fun here. As you can tell, you're number 33 on the check-ins, which is about a little above average. Normally, we get in the 20s, 20 to 26 or something like that on check-ins. But we've been doing it now going on 4 years and 3 or 4 months. And it's been a lot of fun, and we have a lot of fun meeting new people. We try not to make it too formal, and we don't have any rules.
Well, okay, I'm working D-Star now. That's the other thing. So I've done a little 440 D-Star, and I enjoy it. But I don't know too many repeaters in the area. But I'm going to get more into that from home too. I do it mostly on the road. But I'll cut you loose and let it get back to the net.
All right, very good, Brian. Good to meet you on the air. Glad you're in there, and it's a basement antenna, which is doing just fine. I haven't heard anybody say that in a while. But I have heard it before, though. Anyway, that was Kilo Alpha 3 Charlie Tango Papa, and it's Brian, and he's in Hendersonville. Anybody else late check-ins? Please come in.
November 4, Mike Echo Yankee Kurt.
Hey, Kurt. I know we've talked before, but I don't remember where you are.
I'm over here in East Nashville, just across the river from Shopryland.
Yeah, I hate that place when it gets busy because it blocks up everything. Briley Parkway.
Well, see, I'm lucky because between Men's and Simmons, I have the river. And if they try to build another bridge any closer to me than Briley Parkway, we're going to blow it for real.
Yeah, it's amazing how much traffic that does go into the mall and Opryland and the whole property. It's phenomenal. I don't know how many people it is, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it's generally a place I try to avoid. And at this time of year, if you try to go, like if I go from my home to my office, I have to go, past it on Briley, and it's backed up both ways on the Briley Parkway because they got to see the Christmas trees and grab all the, bargains and stuff. So, yeah, I'll be perfectly okay with New Year's and Formula.
Well, the only thing good about the mall is the store that's on the southern end.
I don't know which one that is.
Isn't that big outdoor outlet? Where I forget what it's called. Bass? Is it Bass World? No, I forget the name of the place.
That store is good.
Yeah, no, that's a great store. I love it. All right, very good. That was Kurt, and he's in East Nashville, just east of Opryland. And that's November 4, Mike Echo Yankee. Did I write that down right, Kurt? It's Mike Echo Yankee, right?
Affirmative. And what is that place? Is that the Bass Pro Shop? I don't know. I know I bought hiking socks there before, and they said they were a lifetime guarantee, and then they wouldn't stand behind them when I wore them out because I have boat spurs on my feet. So, meh. But anyway, it's all right. So, yeah, November 4, Mike Echo Yankee Bag Net.
Yeah, the only thing that would be better would be a big hardware store. Malls are they're like the Antichrist to me, most malls.
Oh, I have like three. I have four good hardware stores just within very short distance on my side of the river, so I could blow the bridge and still get hardware. Except I have to go over the other side of the river for Harbor Freight, which is, of course, the holy place of hardware alternatives. So, oh well, inform me why.
Yeah, very good. That's Kurt. He's over there in East Nashville, and it was November 4, Mike Echo Yankee. Good to have you in there. Anybody else late checking?
Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo, Greg, leading operator.
Yeah, very good, Greg. Where? I didn't hear what you said, but I forget where you said you were from.
I'm living in Antioch, and I'm currently out here at Opry Mill and leaving the mall.
Ah, okay, you are over there near at the mall there. That's Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor X-ray. Yep, Greg, how you doing, Greg? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I'm doing good. I'll be in and out here. I'll be hitting some bad spots, but doing well. I worked just a couple doors up there with Bass Pro.
Yeah, very good. It's now the Bass Pro is a good place to look for stuff. It really is. I haven't been in there in a long time because I hate going to the mall, and I've had trouble getting out anyway due to some issues I have here at the house, taking care of my mother and my mother-in-law. But yeah, Greg, good to have you in there. Hit me with again more time with look at your signal report.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm kind of getting a little bit closer to Donaldson now.
Yeah, you're bumping up going up over S9 and back down to S6. It just bumps around a little bit. Being mobile, I guess, helps. That area. Good to have you in there. That's Greg, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor X-ray, and he is over near Opryland Mobile. Who else? Anybody else with late check-ins?
KD for VUW. It sure is.
Ah, very good. I don't think we've talked before. What's your first name?
We talked once before a while back. Big Carlin up here in Angeltown, Tennessee.
Oh, I don't know if I know that name. I know I remember the call now that you mention it, but Angeltown, that was a new one on me. Is that obviously it's a fairly little town, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a little spot in the road up here. It's in the Mount Vernon community of Bethpage up here on top of the ridge.
Oh yeah, I know where you're talking about now. But yeah, I don't think I noticed that on the map. But I'll have to take a look. No, I love when I worked in Florida, and I was regional director for a service company that handled most of the southern states. And so when I traveled around, it was great to get around because you realize how many small towns there are. And I mean, small towns like Angeltown dominates the South.
Well, if you drive through Angeltown and blink, you missed it.
Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't matter to me. And so I'll have to ask my wife. She works for the Postal Service. I'm pretty sure she knows where Angeltown is because she works at the main plant where they sort all the mail.
Okay, dokie. Well, we're up here on top. We're between Westmoreland and Portland up here, about 1 mile off of Highway 52. And so we check in. And oh, by the way, Brian, if you're still listening, I had a S5 on you up here from your antenna down there in the basement.
Well, that's pretty good.
No, Brian, he actually does have a pretty good signal for having being as low as he is in the basement. So I agree with it. It's a great signal. And the fact that you're hearing him up there, pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I'm about 20 miles north of Gallatin.
Yeah, no, that's a good stretch. It's a good stretch for anybody, and especially if you're sitting with a rubber ducky.
10 over. Check in there. Anyway, been listening to the net for a little bit. So, anyway, nice talking with y'all. Y'all have a good evening. I'm on a clear, KD4 VUW.
Yeah, very good. Well, you're nearly pegging my meter, so you're doing great. You're doing great. That was Carlin. It's Kilo Delta 4 Victory Uniform Whiskey, and he's in. Anybody else in there late check-ins?
He was 50 over in Castellian Springs.
Well, I'm not too surprised. You're closer to him than me.
10 over in Hendersonville.
Were you on your vertical there, Eddie? Danny?
Yeah, the X200 at about 27 feet. It's really solid on him.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Carlin, before you run off, what are you using for an antenna there in Angeltown?
I'm using a CX333 tri-band Comet antenna, 2 meter, 220, 440. Tip top, maybe about 40 foot off the ground.
Yeah, it's doing great. Good audio, good signal, and everybody's giving you good signal reports all the way down through me, and I'm sure south of me too.
S2 here.
Well, from a no account station down there in the hole.
Well, yeah.
How you're doing? Yeah, S2, 5 miles south of me, so south of 40 is doing okay too there. I mean, yeah, Carlin, south, you're doing real well.
Okay, well, let me clear so anybody else wants to check in here. So good evening to you all. KD4 VUW, clear.
Yeah, very good, Carlin. Anybody else with late check-ins, please come on. Well, we busted the record if that's all the check-ins we had. We did 37 in our previous high. I think it was 34, so I'm astounded at what we've done. And we had, I'll have to look later on the statistics, but I think we had maybe 10 or 11 at the same time on the YouTube feed. It was a couple out of town. Oh, there we go. I was looking at some of the notes there, but I can't read the other. I mean, on the YouTube feed and write things down and talk at the same time. Not that skilled. All right, very good. We appreciate everybody who checked in. It's like I said, it's an astounding, and again, an hour and a quarter about. And I appreciate all the people who are interested. And hopefully, maybe we should go faster, but I'm not sure that. But I appreciate everybody who's there. And this is K4PEW. Hope you enjoyed seeing the meter here on the screen. I like the idea of doing that too. All right. They'll close down the net. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey. Have a great night. K4PEW 73.